Hello, everyone. In this presentation, we are going to be talking about our research project that is called Surviving Online Classes, Learning Strategies Used by English Teaching Students. And their researchers are Antonio Cisneros, Stefanía Artavia, Noelia Palacios, and me, Meribeth Obregón. So it is not a secret that COVID pandemic has made changes in everyone's life, and students were not the exception because they were forced to change their modality of study from face-to-face classes to online classes. And also they changed many aspects about their learning process in order to apply them in an online context. So for that reason, we decided to do this project in order to determine how English students of the UCR Western branch are coping with English learning online. So to develop this study, we focus on previous studies based on 3 different topics that are benefits and drawback of using technology of the main tool of learning a language online, and also challenges faced by students in this process. Finally, the learning strategies used by students in order to support their learning process. So among the gaps that we found in these studies was the lack of studies based on online learning, because even though we found several studies about these 3 topics, most part of them were focused on face-to-face classes. And then about the importance of this study, we can mention that it's going to help different English students and other students to be the fact of being aware about all these aspects are going to help them to find better ways or easier ways to learn English in a virtual context, and also is going to help teachers to teach students about those learning strategies that they can use in different topics and subjects. And also it's going to work like groundwork of several research that want to do research about these topics, and also about similar studies related with different languages.
The main question of our research project is how are English teaching students coping with learning English online at UCR Western Branch? And the specific questions are, first, what strategies have students used to support the language learning online? Then, what challenges have faced students in learning English online? Finally, what are the benefits and drawbacks of using ICTs for language learning?
Well, now I'm going to talk about methodology. And so research design. The design selected to conduct this research was a mixed method. It consists of using both qualitative and quantitative approaches in the same instrument to collect information. In this case, we quantitatively analyze learning strategies that students have used to succeed in English classes and the challenges that students have faced in online learning. While with a qualitative approach, we analyze the benefits and drawbacks of the use of information and communication technologies in the learning process. Then participants, this study was applied to entire population, students who were enrolled in the first semester of 2021 in an English major at University of Costa Rica. This research included a total of 43 students. They were 38 females and 5 males. The age range was from 18 to 39 years old. And participants were students from first to fourth year in the study plan. According to the instrument, we only used one instrument, a questionnaire. The main goal of this was to collect quantitative data about students' learning strategies and challenges in learning a language online, and to collect qualitative data about benefits and drawbacks of technology in online learning. The questionnaire consisted of 6 sections. The first one provided general information about researchers, the objectives and description of each section. The second requested personal information from participants. The third was about challenges of study online. The fourth was about learning strategies used by students. The next was ICTs in the learning process. And the last one asked participants for any opinion or suggestion. And finally, we have procedures. The data was collected through a Google Form questionnaire. And the approximate time for completed was 15 minutes. And the questionnaire was sent via email and also via WhatsApp. Moreover, strategies used to increase the students' participation were communicating the purpose of the survey and emphasizing confidentiality. In addition, the name of the participant was not requested, and the respondent's right to refuse to answer the survey was respected.
Well, now I'm going to talk about results and discussion. Well, first, we have the challenges faced by students. In this case, the most frequent challenge was lack of motivation. And this coincides with SDWCHI. In this study, she mentions that lack of motivation is usually linked to aspects such as lack of interaction and also technological problems. So that this can cause anxiety and frustration to the students. Then we have learning strategies used by English students. In this case, are direct strategies. And the technique used the most by students is paying attention to the context. And this seems to match with the study conducted by Alcantara, where she mentions that 2 factors to apply a learning strategy are autonomy and acquire knowledge. In this case, students already have had contact with English, so that they chose paying attention to the context. Then we have indirect learning strategies. In this case, the most students chose interacting with people. And this seems to match with the study conducted by Kuo Lee, where this author highlights that when we choose a learning strategy, we consider 2 factors, time and place. In this case, these students are focuses on their preference to interacting with people. Then we have benefits of technology in the learning process of English students. In this case, quick access to information is the biggest benefit the students wrote in the survey. And this seems to match with a study carried out by Akamel and Xiao Taiwell, where they mentioned that ICTs helps students to access information in a quickly way. So that students with this benefit, students can save time and also can save energy. And finally, we have drawbacks of technology in the learning process. In this case, a lack of interaction is the biggest drawback that the students wrote in the survey. And this seems to match with the study carried out by Genius, Salehi, and Chancy, where they mentioned that with online classes, students and teacher, well, can be difficult for students and teacher to interact each other. So in this case, the meaningful learning is not, students are not getting meaningful learning.
In order to answer the main question of our research project, we are going to focus on the key findings. Well, we found that the students were facing emotional and technological challenges due to the transition of traditional classes to online classes. For example, students use strategies like interacting with people and reviewing. Also, the use of ICTs has been a good tool in this process. Although some strategies were unknown for students, and also it is necessary that the students to be autonomous and conscious of their own learning. Next, please. From the questionnaire administrated, we could identify that the motivation is the major challenge. Also, it is necessary to point out that not all people have access to a good internet connection and technological devices. Therefore, they could affect negatively the teaching learning process. Then it is a matter of fact that technology is a powerful tool to study online. For example, students can access quickly to information, and its implementation implies new ways of learning, and it can facilitate the teaching process. However, students claim that ICTs requires a lot of time, and it is a way of distraction. These drawbacks are good to know because professors and students can learn how to deal with them and use it in a positive way in classes. Next. These three limitations interfered in the data collection process. First, it was impossible to make the survey face-to-face because of the COVID-19 pandemic. As a result, we only got 43 responses of the entire population. It means a low range of participation. Moreover, some questions were of the survey were incompleted. For recommendations, we will recommend to include teachers in the survey to make to know their perspective about this topic. For example, to know if they have challenges using ICTs. Also, we recommend to make interviews in order to make, to get valuable and complete information. Well, this is our presentation on learning strategies in online study. We hope this study is of great help for you, and we hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you very much.